don't talk like this at work at the middle school, because that wouldn't be good. It's not that I don't want to. Sometimes, whoo, sometimes you need a good curse word. Hello loves, my name is Mama Hearts Makeup. Welcome if you're new, and if you're returning, welcome back. I'm going to be featuring the look you see here. It's a monochromatic kind of thing. I was inspired by a picture that I'll probably post now, so you can see where I got the inspiration for this look. It's going to be a little bit harsh for this time of year for some, but you know, as far as I'm concerned, there should be no rules with makeup. Don't be scared to experiment with makeup. That should be the least of our problems, right? And this is kind of what this video is about a little bit. I've been feeling a lot of anxiety lately. Personally, I do suffer from anxiety. I have since I was a child, and I've just been feeling that feeling. If you have anxiety, then you probably know what I'm talking about. At least for me personally, I kind of feel like someone's pressing on my chest and it's hard for me to breathe. So I kind of talk myself through it. I'm at the stage in my life where I can talk myself into a calmer state. I wasn't always able to do that. I know what it is when it's happening to me. I kind of feel it coming on slowly in waves, and I know that I need to, you know, practice my breathing, you know, change my internal dialogue, all that kind of stuff. Those are just different things that work for me. But I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about it a little bit, about at least fear and anxiety that's, I feel, is extremely prevalent right now on the news and just out in the world. You know, maybe us talking through it together can be helpful. I'm going to try and work through my own internal dialogue while I do my makeup today, and hopefully that makes sense, because instead of just being in my own mind while I'm, you know, slapping a bunch of stuff on my face, I'm like talking it out with you guys. So hopefully that can be like our new thing. We can just come on here and talk it out. Does that make sense? Oh my gosh. Okay, it's really not that serious. I just wanted to let you know this isn't a typical tutorial. This is just me and you getting ready together and talking things out. So if you're interested, if I haven't scared you away, just keep on watching. And please, please, please don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I appreciate it so much. And leave me a comment down below. I love talking to you guys. And don't forget to see me on my live streams on Twitch, and then we can talk in like real life. One-on-one live on Twitch, and all that information will be in the information bar down below. And for those of you who are wondering why this old ass lady is playing video games on Twitch, it honestly is one of my coping mechanisms for my anxiety as well, playing video games. Anything that can kind of get me out of my own brain, focused on something else, and I still get to feel all the emotions but still be in the safe space of the fact that it's just a video game, it is very helpful to me. So yeah, plus I love video games. Like, who doesn't love video games? But yeah, so if in case you're wondering, yeah, that's one of the reasons. But anyway, okay guys, God, I talk a lot. Let's jump onto the video. Okay guys, I've already primed and moisturized my face. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows and my face makeup, and I'm going to probably just speed up the process because you've seen me do this a million times. Yeah, so I'm gonna do my eyebrows and my face, and then we'll focus on the eyes in a second when I'm done. Yeah, it's gonna take me way longer than a second, but you know what I mean. Okay guys, so I did one eye so that way we can just jump on into the makeup look without wasting too much time. I'm going to start out with the transition color. Okay guys, who else is on like news overload besides me. I mean, I want to stay informed, but it's just too much at this point, like, at least for me. Like, it's too much for me to absorb and process. And crease color, guys. I'll put all information in the video somewhere if you guys are really interested in the colors I'm using. Like I said a million times before, you don't need to use the exact same colors that I have, the exact same products that I have. I'm doing what everyone should be doing and using what I have. So if you have things that will give you a similar look, then please, by all means, use that. Anyway, as far as news, like, my husband just sent me a news story about a potential terrorist, I guess, trying to target the Champs-Élysées. I'm probably saying that wrong, but it's in Paris, France, and that's where we're gonna be going, like, in a few days, actually. Well, my birth anniversary, I was born on my birthday, duh. I was married on my birthday, so I call our anniversary my birth anniversary because it's my birthday and my anniversary, but it's our 25th wedding anniversary, so we're going to celebrate in Paris for about 10 days. And he sent me this news story, not to scare me, but just, you know, to keep me informed, because he knows I watch the news a lot. Whenever you go anywhere outside your comfort zone or whatever, or your familiar surroundings, you should always, you know, be alert and be careful. And, you know, I just texted my husband back and said, you know, as long as I'm with him, you know, I'm not scared. I certainly don't want anything bad to happen to me, but if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. I don't want the news to stop me from doing something that we want to do. I feel like that's kind of their goal. I didn't always used to be so fearless. I am not fearless by any stretch of the imagination, but the older I get, the more I realize you can't control that kind of stuff anyway. So me being scared about it or having something outside myself hinder any decisions that I'm going to make, that doesn't help one way or the other either, you know? So we're still gonna plug along and keep doing what we planned on doing, and it'll all work out, I'm sure. This fear can be crippling for a lot of people, and I understand, because I was a very, very, very fearful child, even into my adulthood, extremely fearful of everything. I didn't grow up in the nicest of neighborhoods. So early on, I remember being taught certain things that maybe average children didn't have to be taught, you know, to always be aware of my surroundings from a very young age. When we were kids, we weren't allowed to play past our own driveway because the neighborhood, you know, wasn't the safest, and, you know, we couldn't roam around much. Which you probably shouldn't as a child anyway. I mean, I didn't really let my kids have, you know, total reign over the neighborhood when they were young. Maybe when they were older, but it was still like play from that fire hydrant to that lamppost kind of thing. You know, if I can come out of the house and see where they were, then I felt a bit safer about it. But for myself, I knew there was an underlying element of possible danger. You know, I've had my personal belongings stolen right out of my own backyard when I was a kid. You know, that kind of thing. You know, we would hear gunshots on a pretty regular basis, and we always heard the helicopters. We called them ghetto birds with like searchlights and stuff. So I was always kind of scared of what might happen to me in any kind of situation. You know, if something happened out of the ordinary, I would automatically go to like the worst case scenario. And it took me a long time to actually grow out of that. And it was actually my husband that helped me tremendously be a lot more fearless or less fearful. And I thank him a lot for that. That's a super valuable lesson to learn, because the only thing that fear does is rob you of your life. It really does rob you of your life. Fear will take any joy, any possible accomplishment, anything good that could happen to you. Fear will take that from you. So you can't live your life based on fear. You just can't do it. It's not a life. You are not put here on this earth by whoever it is that you believe to live in fear. So I'm determined not to, and that's all I can do. That's all any of us can do, is be determined to live your fullest every day. Even if it's making a grilled cheese sandwich, make sure that's like the most bomb grilled cheese sandwich you can ever make. You know, I'm not asking anyone to go out and cure cancer, because I know I'm not. I mean, that's not one of my gifts. But if I can bring joy or laughter or even distraction to someone that might need it, I think that's pretty good. Because I know there's been times in my life where it just felt like nothing was going right. Not just in my own personal life, but just in general. Like, nothing was going right in my life, in the news, in my workplace. It's just like, have you ever had those days and then someone comes along and takes you out of it by bringing a smile to your face or telling you a silly joke, or even going so far as to let you know that they're suffering as well. And when you hear their story and their struggle, it kind of puts your own in perspective, and you're like, you know what, I'm not going to complain that they ran out of, you know, butter croissants at Starbucks when this person is going through something that actually is meaningful. And you just have to turn it around. You have to turn it around for your own sanity and your own happiness. No matter what's going on in the world around you, you can only control your own personal life experience and go from there. That's all any of us can do. So don't waste any time that you are given, because time is not given to everyone. Don't waste any time worried about negative things that are going on in the world, especially if there's nothing you can do to change it or control it. Try and stay positive. Know that you're here for a purpose, and go out and do something fun. You know, these lashes, well, I did it again. I just can't use this tool. I tried to use this tool in another video. I don't know if it's up yet before this one or not, but I put the lashes on backwards in that one too, and I did it again. Okay, I'm trying to be fancy. Let's just stick to what we know, which is a good old regular scissors. Oh my god. But what I was gonna say is I turned these lashes into like half lash, well, not even half lashes, more like 3/4 lashes, but that was also an accident. I was like trying to clean my lashes, like take the adhesive off from the last time I wore them, because I'm sure, as I've said before, I don't like wasting money. So I will use the lashes until, you know, I really have no business using them anymore, and then sometimes I will just stack two together, and then yeah, it's bad. So as I was like pulling off the lash glue, some of the lashes came off like in my hand as I was like pulling it out. Now they're 3/4 lashes. Let's move on to the lips. I use like a darker blush than usual, but it was like the same kind of tone, so I thought it looked good. I don't know, I could look like a clown. It's kind of hard to tell what is ridiculous and what looks good. Because I see all these awesome makeup looks like on Instagram and YouTube and stuff, and I'm just like, I would look so ridiculous in that kind of makeup. So when I go a little bit further out of my comfort zone and do the dark with the dark in the dark, I'm just like, oh my god, either this looks freaking bomb AF or I look like a freaking clown. So it could be a little of both. But again, I'm just grasping life, guys, and I'm just going for it. And I feel like every time you kind of push the envelope a little bit in your life, it just opens yourself up to awesome experiences. I want to top it with this dark lipstick. Oh, I haven't used this one in a while. It's very creamy. It's a matte. You know how I feel about mattes. I love, love, love mattes on other people, like in pictures and stuff. I think it looks so good, but As you know, Mama is no spring chicken, and I feel like Matt's just kind of aged me a little bit. So, you know, I'm gonna be putting a gloss on. Where's that gloss? I think it's in my purse. Yep. And I kind of got like a metallic thing going on the eyes. I'm gonna do the same on the lips, hopefully, and put this like gold color over this color and make it look metallic. I don't know. Does that work? The smell of this gloss is making me hungry. It smells like frosting or something. Alright, baby dolls. I'm gonna zoom you out because it's a little close. Okay guys, so here's the finished monochromatic look. I hope you don't mind these talk-throughs. I feel like I was getting a little bored myself with the step-by-step, you know, I guess it's not a talk-through, is it? It's more like a chit-chat kind of thing. It's not really a story time either, because I'm not really telling a story. I'm just shooting the breeze. I don't normally say shooting the shit, but I'm trying to curse less. I don't know, guys. I swear I didn't curse this much when the kids were younger, but they're older now, and again, fear. I was scared of being thought of as a bad mother if, you know, I cursed, but now, I mean, it's just me. Some people kind of look down on the potty mouth kind of stuff. I know when and where it's okay, like for me to talk the way that I talk. I certainly don't talk like this at work at the middle school, because that wouldn't be good. It's not that I don't want to. Sometimes you need a good curse word, but actually it's the parents that make me want to curse more than the kids sometimes, I swear. Ooh, that's another story. That's another story. But yeah, thank you so much for coming to visit me today. I appreciate it so much, and when I say that, I hope you know that I am being sincere. I really do appreciate every single one of you that take time out of your day to sit and watch one of my stupid videos. Like, again, I'm not curing cancer or anything. I'm just coming on here and inviting you into my life for a little while and, you know, talking with my friends. So honestly, I really do appreciate you guys so much. And if you get anything out of this video, I hope that you smiled at least once. Maybe you learned something, or you were distracted. If I did that, then I'm okay. I'm okay with it. So again, thank you so much, and I'll see you again next time.